How's it going, super friends? Welcome back to my channel and to my simple review of the DC Icons Batgirl of Burnside. I finally have a chance to get her in front of the camera, so let's have a look at her on the outside and then yank her out of the package and have a look at everything we get on the inside. As usual with the DC Icons, you have the basic white motif with the solid color, as I always say, because it's always true, with a great big window on the front so you can see all the rad stuff you get on the inside of the package, motorbike included. I can't wait to get that motorbike out of the package, actually. On this side of the package, we can see that she's figure number 23 and more of that really cool DC Icons package design. On the top, we have her bat. On this side, we have some air holes. And on the back of the packaging, we can see the 2-pack that I don't currently own yet, and of course, the one that we're reviewing today, Batgirl with her Batcycle. And now, let's release her from the stasis of her cardboard and plastic prison. I release thee! Ah, crap, the instructions are stuck. Get out. Are they taped? No, they're just stuck. Here are the instructions. You can switch your heads, which we already know, and then you can switch the capes, which we already would know too. And there's the bike and it fits on the base, which we would already know. Anyhow, here's what you get. So for starters, you get the base. It actually kind of looks like the bottom of a slipper that you'd wear around your house on a Sunday afternoon. And the base has these really cool looking sculpted places to put the tire that it's supposed to depict like an action scene. I think it's really cool. Kind of strange, I mean, that it looks like fire. I think it'd be cooler if it looked like smoke, but I totally get it. This is cool. And we also get the way cool looking purple Barbara Gordon Batcycle. Not gonna lie, this is, in my opinion, the coolest accessory that a DC Icons figure has ever came with. It is a full functioning Batcycle. The wheels turn. Ah, right on. And then you've also got the handlebars. They move. Look at all the detail inside that little cockpit there, the little front. This is just so cool looking. Let's see if we can zoom right in without losing focus on the inside of the engine. Yeah, this is so impressive, seriously. In hand, if you don't have this Batgirl and you've been hemming and hawing, I mean, heck, just to get the cycle, this is really, really rad. And actually, just to come back to the base for a second, just as I'm about to put the Batcycle on there, I realized that these are actually designed to move a little bit so that when you put the Batcycle on there, you can kind of angle it to one way or another for like an action pose. That is really, really cool. I like that. Good job. So we'll put this off to the back, just out of the way for now, and we'll look at the rest of the plethora of accessories. Batgirl comes with this really cool secondary cape that's supposed to mimic the idea of her riding on the Batcycle, and it's sort of flowing behind her in the wind. She also comes with this other head that has the hair flapping out behind it with the same idea as the motorcycle. It's kind of flapping in the wind, but it's done nicely, painted nicely, sculpted nicely. I really like it. She also comes with this really tiny bat grapple gun. It's a kind of neat gold color. It's sculpted nicely, and the grappling hook is actually a different color than the rest of the gun. They actually did go to the lengths of painting this so that they're not exactly the same. She also comes with this really tiny cell phone. I get it, you have to put this in there because her smartphone is something that she uses all the time, but it is really, really tiny. And she comes with these two hands, one for using the back grapple, and this one here for presumably holding the phone or something like that. And these two extra hands here, which I think would be ideal for holding onto the handlebars of her motorbike. And then of course we have the figure itself. To start with, I think that she looks absolutely fantastic. This paint job looks really, really well done, and the sculpt looks great as well. Out of all the Burnside Batgirl figures that I have, because I've got the missions and I've also got the multiverse, she's definitely my favorite. She's just a really, really fantastic looking version of Batgirl, and I really, really like this figure. The laces are painted nice and clean on her, what looks to me to be like Dr. Martin boots. They got all the detailing of her belt and the zippers and stuff like that. And the face sculpt for this Batgirl figure looks outstanding. I really, really like this face sculpt as well. The flesh tone looks fleshy, the lips stand out, the eyes are painted nice enough. She's just really, really well done. So when we pop off the head sculpt that came on the body and remove the cape, you can see that it's attached with a little nub in the back. Batgirl, you've been lying all along. You dye your hair. She's got some of the hair dye on her neck. It's all been a sham. Anyhow, when we put the cape on here, you can see that it fits on nicely like that. And then you got the head, and the head doesn't go on upside down. What are you doing, Brad? Pay attention. And the head just fits on like that. And there you go. That'll be perfect for when she's riding the Batcycle, or maybe she's standing in front of Superman when he sneezes. Achoo! Whoosh! Actually, it would probably be a lot worse than that. Achoo! Now, the range of movement and articulation for this Batgirl is going to be as follows. Let's take the cape off first so it doesn't get in the way, and go. Batgirl's head's on a ball peg, as we know, because we've switched the heads. And, you know, it does okay. It's not super great. Looks down, looks back. The hair definitely gets in the way. That's a little bit regrettable, but, you know, it is what it is. I can deal with that. Chest is on a ball peg, and it gets a lot more movement than a lot of the other DC icons. I mean, you can turn this one all the way around freely, where some of them you can't, and it can move forward and backwards a lot. You also have the lowercase ab crunch, which goes down. It's all right. It doesn't give a ton of movement, but it definitely helps. And then you've got the shoulders, which are on the hinge swivels, so around and up about that far. You've got bicep swivels, which we come to expect from the DC icons, double jointed crunch elbows, and then spinning rotating wrists, which you know I'm going to be careful with on account of Blue Beetle snapped off in the last DC icons video that I did. Her groin, it's a ball joint groin, but it's the newer one because it's one of the latter DC icons, so it actually is a drop hinge ball joint, which means you can move the legs up and they have a whole lot wider range of movement than the early DC icons had. And then you've got double jointed knees, which everyone loves, including myself. And then you've got hinged pivot ankles. And the hinge pivot tends to be a favorite as well for myself. I do like a hinge pivot ankle. And that's what she has. That's the entirety of Batgirl's articulation. When compared to the other Burnside-style Batgirls, you can tell that this one is A, the smallest, B, the best quality, and C, I think that the colors they chose for her purple and her yellow are actually the closest to what she's supposed to look like in the comic books. So far, she's definitely my favorite. And here she is posed next to the rest of the DC Icons Bat family, Nightwing, Batman, and Damian Robin all together, and I think that she scales in really, really well with all of them. I think that they really tried to get her height and size just right in comparison to the rest of the Bat family. So now that we've spent all this time looking at this figure, what would my final verdict be of the DC Icons Batgirl of Burnside action figure with motorbike? Well, for starters, so far, I think she's the best Burnside Batgirl offering we've seen to date. So that's one thing. Number two, I feel like the $54.99 that I paid for her from Big Bad Toy Store was actually a steal in comparison to what I see her going for on the secondary market, sometimes reaching prices of upwards of $100. I can't remember how much Batgirl costed when she first came out, but I can't imagine it being much more than what it's currently selling for over on BBTS. And honestly, for the likeness of the character, the quality of the sculpt and the paint apps, her size and scale in comparison to the other characters in the Bat family, the sheer amount of accessories she comes with, and that awesome Batcycle, yo! I can't imagine not having added her to my DC Icons collection. I like her that much. And my only regret is that I waited so miserably long to add her to my DC Icons collection. But now this purple-clad yellow bat-wearing beauty is all mine. So yeah, I suppose that's it. If you can find her still on Big Bad Toy Store for $54.99, honestly, snag her up while you can, because eventually she will be gone, and if you want her, you will end up paying double that on eBay or somewhere. And with those final words, I think I'll end the video right there. So thank you so much for stopping by today and checking out my review of the DC Icons Batgirl of Burnside. I know she's older by review standards, but you know me. If I get it, I want to review it. So if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my face and hands show up in your inbox, just click that red subscribe button. We know how that works. Remember to ding the bell so you get notified of new videos. Leave any and all comments you have down in the comment section below, and I will see you next time with the next video. Thank you so much for watching, Super Friends. Take care, and have an awesome day, or night, or weekend, or whenever you're watching this. Just make sure it's awesome.